did for my social norms project was that I decided to break the social norm of instead of wearing hazing gear on a Spirit Friday, I'd wear Liberty gear. Basically what I did was I talked to my ASB exec board and was just like, hey guys, we need to have a Spirit Friday like now. And they were all on board with it. They were just like, yes, we need one. We haven't had one in so long. And so they started promoting the heck out of it on social media, and like word got around really fast and everybody was on board. And there was enough to have like a decent sized Spirit Friday. And the whole thing with that was that everybody would be decked out in their hazing gear and I'd just be showing up in my Liberty gear. How I felt about it was that I felt a little awkward about it because I'm used to going all out in gold and blue, and like this one time I'd go in just strictly blue and green to represent Liberty, like in this shirt here that I have that my friend from Liberty let me use. It says Liberty ASB. And how others responded to that, like people thought I was like a traitor of some sort, and then other people praised me, which was really awkward because they're just like, hey, Liberty's where it's at. Like, Liberty's better than Hazen, and it's just like, dude, come on, you go to Hazen. And then just like a large number of people were just oddly very confused because they're like, what? You're like this kid with like the leadership position, the senior class president, like why are you wearing Liberty stuff? And it was just off-putting, just wearing our Crosstown Rivals clothes. The different groups were the leadership kids, the freshmen, and the teachers. The leadership kids, they kind of responded just like how I expected them to. I really anticipated them to just be like, what the heck, you're a leadership kid. You can't like really be dressing in our Crosstown Rivals stuff and just the generic stuff like that. Freshmen, they were the ones that were like, yeah, go Liberty. And it was just like, why? Like, I understand because freshmen haven't been here for that long, so they're not as like loyal or committed because like I said, they haven't been here for that long. Also, teachers, they were just like very confused, but the generic response that I gave to most teachers was just like, oh, it's just a small step towards bringing Liberty and Hazen unified. I just made up that like I have a friend over at Liberty who's doing the same thing, and it's just baby steps towards bringing a more unified community. Uh, the consequences were that like I got called out a lot for wearing Liberty stuff. Like our Highlander Co-Club president, Melanie Aquino, like came up to me in the morning. She was just like, "Hey, nice Spirit gear." And then immediately as she came up to me, like her face went from like a big like grinning smile to just a quick, and then just walked right past me and just kind of disregarded me. And then like just a lot of people, like most of the like not just leadership kids, but just like the underclassmen that tend to dress up a lot during the Spirit Fridays were just like, what the hell are you doing? And it's just like, well, I mean, I can't like reveal that it was a social norm. So that's where I was kind of stumped, but I just kind of disregarded it and just went on like I was wearing just normal clothes. One thing that I learned about like this whole experiment was that I kind of learned that bringing in cultures that people aren't really accustomed to kind of brings a form of chaos. Like just like the whole kind of, I felt a little targeted and attacked just because I was repping Liberty and their culture is different from our culture, and it just felt really weird because it felt like I was a new kid at school, and if like the spotlight effect kind of helped with that, like it just felt like all eyes on me when really they weren't. I felt like most people would notice that I was like wearing a Liberty shirt, but most people didn't really notice until they like were at least 5 feet ahead of me. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, Mr. Taylor.